let's see. Are we up? I'm looking for. Okay, yeah. YouTube is good. Let's go to TikTok. Hit the old refresh on there. Nothing on TikTok yet. Unless it says it is. Let me see. Let me see. There it is. There it is. There it is. Please load. TikTok has no video. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. It was very, very delayed, and that's okay. All right, and Instagram, give it a little refresh. Not seeing that one yet. Yeah, let me just. Oh. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, everything is up. What is going on, guys? And welcome to the Lunchtime Live. Where are your mic, Tom?
Is it up?
Yes. Yes. So go ahead and throw your mic on, like I just said.
No.
Well, then don't.
Does it need to be up there?
Yeah, it's
What happens when I do this? Hi, Ross.
stop. You're gonna make. Yeah, you're gonna make everyone's eardrums blown out.
eardrums being blown out right now.
Hello from Florida. Hello, my friend, and welcome to the Lunchtime Live.
I think if I put it on the V, it's just going to be basically as far away as if it was on the table.
Probably. My ears. See? Yeah. Sorry for him, everyone.
I don't.
I'm
autistic.
Tom is a special boy. Let's see. Hello there. Hello, my friend. Welcome for always being in and supporting the Lunchtime Live. OMG, Tom, why?
I'm here for chaos. That's the only reason I'm here.
Just ordered my HPA and engine. That's dope, dude. What'd you order? What engine did you get? We always like to hear what engines are running.
Oh, yeah.
Ross, more of your wires are hanging around over here.
Ross, your wires.
Dude, it's hot in here.
I even have the AC running down there.
I don't think that's doing much.
Don't think I can't comment from my new location. I can kick the back of your chair when you say something now. Hi guys, long time no see since Iron Horse 6.
Oh, wow.
That is a long time.
Nice to see ya.
Nice for you to see us. Because we can't see anybody else.
We can't see anybody.
That's crazy. But yeah, guys, if you're new here, the Lunchtime Live is the place that you can ask your Airsoft questions and non-Airsoft questions, and we will give you our most honest response. I was going to say review, but it's not a review, it's a response. And yeah, we have us for an hour. So it's the fastest customer service you'll ever get in the industry.
To a certain point.
To a certain point.
I like the magnets. Oh, what did I hit? We're done with that. I'm just playing around with this stuff.
Ross puts all this time and effort in to make good
And I come
audio,
in 30 seconds and
Tom
ruin all of it.
just throws it down the drain. Do you guys know any BBs that are dark brown or gray that are 3.0s and up?
Dark brown or gray. I know.
BLS 5.0s are dark gray.
I guess that's above 3.
Just saying. Hey, it answers his credentials.
I think there's a few like blackout BBs. If Madbull still makes them, I don't think they do.
I don't know. To be honest with you.
I know Blue Mag makes some different colored ones. Especially like the IR tracers were a darker color. Those are the ones that are coming to my head right now. What's wrong with YouTube?
Nothing.
Oh, is it just that far?
Yeah, it's just.
Okay.
But yeah, those are probably your best options for those kind of colors, unfortunately. So we do have a lot of questions, so we will get to all of them. So just hang out for a little while, and we will get there. I promise.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best starter HPA setup?
a Jack or an Inferno with a 48 3000 R line reg and IGL, and the only reason I'm saying that is because it's budget, it gets you in, and it's upgradable over time. It's a really good price point for performance and reliability.
Yeah, I was gonna say a Jack, so you're good. I'm running a VFC 416 with an Avalon. I'm considering buying an MTW. What do you think? I don't think you'll regret the purchase of an MTW.
I don't think you'll regret the purchase of an MTW. I would do that.
Yeah, they're very, very good. They are just so... you can't even... There's no negative points about them. The only downside if you have an AEG right now is you have to buy a tank line and regulator. But from just a gun standpoint, there's nothing negative to say about
the only downside is if you have a certain platform that you want to run that's not an M4,
right?
Then you can't, because they only make it in an M4, a 9mm M4, or now a 308.
Yeah. So, this is a very common question. Why is my Polar Star Jack shooting to the left even when everything inside is installed correctly? So it's probably installed correctly, as in function-wise, but make sure you look down your barrel with eye protection on and your everything disconnected, and check your nozzle alignment. I can almost guarantee you it's hanging out to one side.
Almost entirely your nozzle alignment.
Yeah. So we do have a video on how to correct that too.
Yes.
Or what?
Well, the only other time that we've run into some slight niche issues is we have dead-on nozzle alignment. It's perfect, and we're still getting a hook. Sometimes the body can be a little bit curved, and with AEGs, there's a little bit of wiggle room when it's an AEG and it's not noticeable as an AEG, but when you switch over to HPA and you have, again, perfect nozzle alignment, sometimes it can cause some curves to happen. You might need to be a slightly off-center alignment to compensate for that curve in the body or barrel or whatever part of the upper is slightly off. We've run into that a few times, but mainly if you've just installed it, just make sure your nozzle alignment is dead center. That'll fix it 99% of the time.
There you go. Love the energy, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom is full of it.
Yeah.
Hope you all had a great 4th. Any Bull Gear restocks of mag inserts anytime soon?
Yes, they just came in yesterday. If you're looking for one in particular, go buy it now because they're going to be gone.
Yeah, check the website. I don't know what exactly is there, but we did just get it. This is a cool question because I know a lot of people don't run them. What do you think about electric blowback guns?
I love mine.
I love some.
Some. I will agree with that. I love some.
Some of them are more of a gimmick than any
I wish I could
factor.
pick up the AK next to me because it's an electric blowback G&G gearbox.
Yeah.
Where like the older G&G gearboxes, it would like flutter back and forth the charging handle, and that's all
Like
it
the
would
dust
do.
cover.
Yeah, like the dust cover would move. That's not electric blowback in my opinion.
That just uses a little bit of air from the cylinder and pushes it up and blows this 0.5 millimeter thick piece of aluminum.
Yeah.
It makes noise.
Like it flutters is the best way to say it.
My favorite electric blowback is my LCT electric blowback AK-105.
Yeah.
And it actually like kicks like noticeably. If you creep on our Instagram and find the video of the Crink Blaster in the woods with the EBB, it clangs, it makes a lot of noise. It's awesome.
I think my overall opinion of electric blowbacks is they're very cool when you get the certain brands and versions of them. Other ones are more gimmicky. The main one that comes to mind that's really more of a newer version is the KWA 3.0 gearboxes with the electric blowback that has like a buffer system in it, and it's a weight that's moving. If there's some level of weight that's moving, whether that be on an AK platform or an M4 platform, I think those are worth it for the added cost and the added complexity. Negative side of electric blowbacks is because there is more moving parts, there are more things to break. So that is something that you need to keep in mind when running one. But for the added fun factor of one that is like weighted, absolutely. For one that's not really weighted, I don't see the benefit. And honestly, a lot of times they end up breaking a lot faster than their normal counterparts. So I wouldn't get one of those, but I would get something that has like a little bit of weight, a little bit of felt recoil, something like that, especially like a TM NGRS or stuff like that. Those are really fun.
Agreed. Do I need specific mags for an MTW, or can I use my EPMs for my 416?
APMs are fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good to roll.
The only thing with that, you will lose the empty mag detection because it doesn't have that little catch on the back anymore of the mag. PTS did just come out though with Wolverine MTW specific EPMs. That if you get a newer MTW, it will come with that, and you can buy it aftermarket now too.
Yeah.
So,
very cool stuff. I'm gonna come see y'all in October.
oh sweet.
You better. I considered doing BLS 5s. If you can hop them, I
Yeah.
would use them. Poor Wes, how do you manage?
He just deals with it.
I do. There's nothing I can do.
I literally exist to annoy him.
I exist to receive the annoyance. Doing a pretty good job, though, I would say. Inferno Gen 2 Spartan, I'm looking forward to it. Awesome, man. Well, I hope you enjoy the engine, because they are whisper quiet and they shoot really well.
Spartan board's really cool too because the trigger programmability is really nice. You don't have to take anything out. It's really fun to use.
Very fun. What's your favorite gas shotgun?
TM Breacher.
Trying to think. I had a Jag Arms for a little while. It
The
was
Jags
fun.
are good. The Jags are good, but I just like the TM Breacher was the original like OP indoor. Like you could just throw an IGL in it and just run around and have fun.
I think if I was able to get my hands on a Sega, that would probably be my response because of how
the
cool
Sega's
it is.
cool. I fired one of them.
But I've never shot it, so I can't say. So I'd have to just say a pump action.
They're very cool. My only problem with them is the mag availability in the States.
Right.
That's
For
my
now.
only issue.
For now. But, hello. Do you guys know how much NVG rentals for Stag Ops Midsummer Nightmare would be August 16th to the 18th, not listed on the site?
It's going up tomorrow when tickets go live. They are probably going to be, I gotta look at what we did last year, but I'm pretty sure we're just gonna do a normal pricing of $150 for a monocular for the entire weekend or $300 for a dual setup. So if you are going to Midsummer Nightmare, I highly, highly, highly recommend you keep an eye on the website tomorrow and the next day for when they go up, and just keep checking back, because they're going to go very quickly for that particular game. They always do.
There you go. What's a safe but fast rate of fire to run on my Polar Star Fusion engine?
24 is, the highest I normally run that's safe and reliable. Once you start getting above 25 into the 30 range, you're going to have to start playing with a bunch of tuning and messing with maybe your hop-up setup and your mag feeding to really kind of take advantage of a higher rate of fire. And once you start getting into that level of tuning, whether it's shimming and not necessarily electronic tuning, it becomes an unreliable, it can be unreliable. So that's why I don't really ever recommend something higher than like 24 for anything, unless you're really, really trying to go after it for high rate of fire for some reason. But just know that it does become less and less reliable the higher the rate of fire goes.
Yep. Crown build stopped leaking air, and the next build is starting already. Doing a Mark 18 build with a V12.
Hell yeah.
Dope, dude. I'm excited to see it. And then that Gen 2 Inferno is going into an MCX.
Dude, I love MCX builds.
Me too. Very cool. How often should you maintain a HP engine, and what would you have to do so?
It depends on the environment you're playing in. Oftentimes, to maintain an HPA engine, you really don't need more than sometimes putting a few drops of silicone lubricant down the IGL or other air line connected to your engine, connecting air and just dry firing some air through it to re-lube the O-rings over time. If you are noticing a loss of power after doing that still, you might have debris or a O-ring that's starting to rip. Whenever you see signs of that is when you need to take it apart. You don't need to take it apart ahead of time. Just maintaining the O-rings is all you really need to do with, again, a little few drops of silicone oil. And you really only need to do that, I would say, every 6 months if you're playing, at least once a month. You might only need to do it once a year if you're not playing a lot.
Every down season.
Yeah.
I just run it till it has a problem. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I'm lazy to that degree.
Yeah.
I don't run a lot of HPA either, but the few that I did never failed.
The one time that you do need to think about cleaning it more is if you're running CO2 as your air source, especially if you're running a remote CO2 bottle or a 12 gram CO2 that's not Umarex branded. And I think there's one other brand, but the reason I say Umarex is because Umarex, and there's one other brand, I can't remember off the top of my head, they put silicone oil in their CO2 and it is cleaner, like food grade.
Yeah.
There's some CO2 from like Titman and Crossman that are a lot dirtier when they get mixed together, and they can get dirt and build up on your O-rings. So that's the only other time you really got to think about maintenance. Outside of that, there's really not a lot to deal with other than maintaining the lubrication on the O-rings.
Yeah. Just the one guy here. Yeah, I do mine every season, but I'm overkill.
Yeah.
I think that's a good habit. I mean, you have like a couple guns once a year, clean them out.
I'll be honest, I
think that's not a bad idea.
I haven't cleaned my Scar in 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
mean,
that's an original Fusion engine. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't. The only thing I've done to the Scar was put a new IGL on it because it had an original AGL on it.
the only time I am slightly concerned with cleaning a rifle or a replica is after you're in a very dusty, deserty environment.
Yeah, or like
If it rains.
if it rains a lot, but more I'm worried about electronics than O-rings at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying sometimes you get like, I wouldn't call them hard water spots, but if water
Yeah.
dries inside of your barrel or
Then it
things
can leave
like that.
residue. And yeah.
So, yeah, but it's
Honestly, cleaning your barrel is probably more important than cleaning your engine, to be honest.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. What do you think of the Bolt EBB AKs?
So I have held one of them, and specifically the AKs I think are good. I've ran one of the M4s and I didn't really like it as much for the price. I think the AK one is really good. I think the M4, it doesn't kick enough for me to make it worth it.
Understandable.
And then it's more complicated, like I said. So I think if you're getting one of the AKs from Bolt, I think they're good.
I want to blow back so bad, but I would never know what to get. Well, you seem to know how to spend money on HPA builds. So, I mean, if you want to blow back, even EBB or gas blowback,
Yeah.
look into TM. Get a Tokyo Marui.
Yeah, both of those are very good systems. Their
Yeah.
gas blowback system and their electric blowback system, the NGRS, is one of the best in both of the categories.
Yeah, super good.
Yeah.
So look into those, man. I think you'd enjoy it. I used to own an ICS EBB. What's your opinion on ICS?
Not enough kick for me to warrant buying one, but it's definitely a better, it's a better option for EBB. But again, I would go with something that's a little bit harder kicking if I'm paying that amount of money for it.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I'm not really sure. I think ICS was cool. Like, I think ICS is really cool. I think they were, like, way ahead of their time. Like, when they came out with the split gearbox.
I think that's their biggest thing, man.
Yeah.
I wish it would be more focused on that technology and upgrading that further than trying to do everything else that everybody else is doing.
Yeah. Very cool company, though.
Yeah,
I just
no.
don't have a lot of experience with them. You guys tried the Gate Titan empty mag setup yet? No.
Titan.
I have
Oh,
not.
you mean on the new Titans? I have played around with the accessory wires and seen if it'll actually sense it. It looks like it'll sense it on the bench. I haven't really played around with a lot of the other stuff though. But it definitely is ready to accept it. I just haven't played around with it in a full build yet.
Eric, am I supposed to announce that date?
Go for it.
Okay, Eric says that for everyone who's asking about our Bolt Bash, which is our annual swap meet and community day here at the shop and the field, mark your calendars. It will be October 12th. So, like you always get on the Lunchtime Lives, you get unreleased information. Spread the word. This is
October
where
12th is coming. Get ready.
Get ready. There will be an announcement soon, but you guys can put it in your calendar first.
If you guys are looking to talk to any industry people, we are going to have a lot of industry people here like we normally do. So if you're looking to talk to anybody, that's your chance.
What's better, GBB or EBB?
EBB.
I would say EBB if you're for a wider range of usage.
Yeah, GBB is great. If you want the most realistic thing to a real gun that shoots BBs instead of actual stuff, GBB is awesome. I loved when I had mine. I got rid of them though because of the headache of trying to predict what weather I could use them in, or the unpredictability of what FPS range they would be sitting in because of the weather,
Or if your mags would leak,
or that, or trying to,
or they would jam,
or they're overpressured.
or they're under pressure.
There's a lot of headache when it comes to dealing with gas systems, like dedicated gas systems in a rifle setup. Not really a pistol, because a lot of times you can just switch to CO2 for reliability reasons and green gas for indoor lower powered reasons. I switched into a GBLS because I really loved running my gas blowback, but I just couldn't deal with the unreliability of it. So I switched to something that's a very expensive option, but in reality, it's effectively the same cost in reality.
But when that one mag on your gas blowback works flawlessly, it makes it all worth it.
Yeah, all the headaches building up to it, the migraines,
The money,
I'm just
time.
walking on with one mag and it happens to magically work for 5 rounds. You get that one kill. It is the
And you're
greatest
like-
thing ever, and then you want to break it.
Like, this is amazing.
And then you never use it
And then you
again.
never use it again. Who would
I
that
have
be?
no idea who that is. Got you, okay.
What the heck does that say, Ross?
it say?
What are you showing me?
If you guys hadn't seen it yet, we are doing a giveaway for some NB Tactical mask. If you guys don't know what the NB Tactical masks are, they're probably, I want to say, mostly everybody here's preferred lower face pro.
Here, toss it on here.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
This is probably the... I love the balaclavas. I don't know about y'all.
I love the balaclavas, but I do like the Venom version, so the one without the nose
Which
version.
one did we get? The non...
We got the nose.
These guys.
They're super
They get it.
comfortable. Yeah, they're super comfortable.
Yeah. But yeah, we're giving these away, and all you have to do is go to our most recent Instagram post and just
Follow the instructions.
comment and tag a person you play Airsoft with and like it.
I like this. This doesn't fog as much.
That's literally it. And you entered to win this, and we would be drawing in 2 lives. So not this one, not the next one,
The one after that.
the one after that. So go do that. It's super easy, and it takes literally 12 seconds out of your day, and you could win like an $80.
They're really
So-
worth it. Honestly,
so.
I didn't think I would like them because of like a 2-piece system. I will not play without it in most places now. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't fog. It doesn't build up condensation
Doesn't
on you.
drive into your cheeks or
It
like into
doesn't
your
pull
nose.
the hairs on your face if you have a beard. It's really, really comfortable.
Beard.
I mean, I have
messed
stubble.
Come on, that was funny.
Ah!
Thank you.
As I blow people's ears off again. Man, we have a lot.
But
You
yes.
guys are going off.
We have a lot of stuff to catch up on. What?
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's why.
Because Eric's in the room? Is that what he was insinuating? Oh, wow, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All you're doing is making this room hotter, dude.
It's so hot in the studio.
My water bottles are
It's so
completely
hot.
melted already.
Yeah, they actually are. One of them gave up and rolled away.
The lower on my 7-year-old Matrix lower is really loose. I have to almost punch in the mags so it can fit in the upper. What lower can I change or alternative solution to get my mags to fit smooth?
To feed in the upper? So that sounds like you're actually having 2 problems. If you're ever to punch the mag in, dude, it sounds like your hop-up might be just slightly off from where the mag is going to sit and feed. That sounds more like an upper problem. The looseness can be fixed with some Velcro. Honestly, you don't need a new lower for that. But it sounds like if you're having a problem with your mags like locking in and feeding, it sounds like where that feed tube comes down on the hop-up might be hitting, instead of if my ring is where the BBs come out of, it might be not here, but like slightly here or slightly here, and it just might be positioned wrong.
And if you have O-rings
Yeah.
holding your hop-up in place, remove 1 or 2 and allow the hop-up to have some movement.
Yeah.
And then see if it's easier. Because if that's the case, then like Tom's saying, the hop-up isn't aligned with
Yeah.
your mag insert. So try that. Give it a shot. It's probably not the body, more than likely.
Oh, he watches the live.
GBLS versus PTW.
GBLS.
PTW. There's no comparison.
He owns that. I own
There's
the
no
GBLS.
comparison, dude. There's just no comparison.
I
No,
will
there-
say that the tried and true is the PTW. There's far more features and realism with a GBLS, but the performance of a PTW is just historically fantastic. But I love my GBLS.
I like the GBLS, and I know Tom likes the PTW.
Yeah.
We don't hate either platform.
We hate each other. We don't hate each
which
other's
happens
guns.
to work out because we both like a platform better in this question. So it makes for a really great debate.
Hang
I'm going to go back to your point earlier, though,
Oh,
about
God.
you saying the GBLS has more features in realism.
It does.
But you do not have a one-to-one spec pistol grip for muscle memory and training. Yours is fat and wide, like an airsoft gun, not a real rifle. Just think about that.
But I have
for
a
second.
fully operational bolt carrier group that actually comes back and recoils.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Comes apart exactly the same way as a regular M4 does.
Same here.
I can fit real charging handles on mine. I can
do the same with a little bit of.
without doing.
You might not. I actually don't know. I don't think you can.
Can you PTW actually?
I don't think it can take a real charging.
I don't
handle.
think it can.
No, it
Probably
with modification. in
Would
all
they
seriousness.
both stop firing when there's no BBs in it?
They will not start firing until the bolt catch is tapped.
They both will do that.
Is yours top dead center hop up?
Yes.
Okay, got me there. 30 round mags.
30 round, 45 round, 60 round, and 120 thanks to PTS, and they're switchable on it with the bottom.
MP5 variant.
No, but there is an AK one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, well, we go two different directions.
Yeah, there's
All
an
right.
AK one. There's a Korean military version as well. That whatever the Korean military uses, there's
I
that
don't
one
know.
for the GBLS. I don't know what it's called.
You can change your bolts are different.
Oh, but you can do that with the cylinders.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That was the comparison.
Yeah, my bolt carrier does the exact same that your cylinders do. The MOSFETs are very similar.
Yeah.
I have a heavy ass trigger, which technically is more realistic, but it sucks. So give or take. Oh, the Daewoo K2. Yeah, that's another GBLS. So there's like 3 versions of the GBLS.
Trying to think.
There weren't a lot of the AKs made though, so I don't know if that
No,
really
yeah.
counts.
There weren't a lot of the MP5s made either. But you could buy them at one point.
I'm really trying to figure out like what the main difference.
I mean, the gearbox is tremendously different.
They're very, very different, but I think they're doing different things. Mine's
Yeah.
pulling a whole bolt carrier back. Yours is just cycling a spring like a kind of an AG, but
To a
very
degree.
similar
To
setups.
a degree. I'm not pulling a bolt back.
You're not pulling a bolt back. I have to. Oh, mine's a Springer when yours isn't. Mine operates as a Springer. The battery dies.
My battery dies. I'm cooked.
If my battery dies, I have a really heavy, very uncomfortable spring gun.
The most expensive Springer.
The most expensive
you could
Springer
ever
you can
own.
buy, minus like a really high-end bolt action.
Now, the
gun.
only thing I would say, and this is an unrealistic comparison in the current state of
Yeah.
Airsoft, the cost of them brand new were very different. I was about $1,200.
Mine's $1,700 now.
Right.
New.
Yeah, new. I was saying the
New.
same thing back in its heyday, but nowadays you can't even really buy them.
Yeah. GBLSs are available. Systems are a lot harder to get. I like my magazines a little better because I have multiple different like ways of getting them. I guess mag availability for mine I like better.
PTS makes PTW mags.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
I don't know if they still do, but they
I
do. Do you have blue P mags?
have spray paint.
That doesn't count. No, they're both cool platforms. I did scroll to the bottom of the questions just to see if anyone has anything about this. How won't an MTW do a lot of the things and have a normal grip also?
Yes,
To a degree.
Yes.
But Vic, you have a hose.
Um,
That's the most unrealistic aspect if we're talking about realism.
if you want to throw the MTW in there, I can definitely agree
Yeah.
with you that it should probably belong in that category as like a training rifle.
It does, for sure.
If you put an air stock on it,
Yeah.
then you basically get rid of the entire grip problem. And it can take real grips.
Yeah, for sure. So, very cool.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so that was a great question. We probably went on about that one for a little too long.
That was good.
But hey. Where were we at here? Okay, let's check YouTube real quick. The only thing I hate about my PTW is the mags. Gotta replace those springs.
Yeah, just get different springs and they actually work great. Because
Yeah.
I've run into the same stuff with the GBLs. I've forgotten to empty them and then the spring dies and
Yeah.
they suck to feed. Especially with something that has an active bolt carrier group. If it doesn't feed, then it's like dry firing. You really don't want that.
Yeah. Sure. Holy smokes.
Yeah, you guys going off. I love it.
Do you know why the N7 Milsim cycles when I connect the air hose while unsafe? Is a vacuum?
It might be just the vacuum pressure with how the N7 Milsim operates, how that valve is.
Yeah, it sucks the
yeah,
valve.
it'll suck it back and
Yeah.
then pressurize properly. Just the way that system is from a mechanical standpoint, it's just how the pressurization works. It's completely normal, and honestly, if it dry fires, it's like really, really low FPS because it's just pressurizing.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So we answered that. You guys have tracers from an AG MP7. Yes.
Yep.
You should have a tracer for that.
Yep. Because
love-
we have the adapter, if you guys are looking for that, and you can just put on whatever tracer you want then.
Right. Love my Tokyo 870. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Great
one of the best
platform.
guns. Yep.
I was able to hop 4.8s on 1.15 joules, 250 FPS with a 3.0, and 0.68 on 1.55 joules EMS rolls. That's wild.
You're
bro.
good. You're fine.
Is it too early to say the Wolverine Gen 12 is my favorite shotgun?
No. If you've been firing it. I don't think it's a fair assessment if you haven't fired yet.
Thoughts on the Tokyo Marui MWS system? Thinking of getting the Mark 18 GBBR.
One of the best gas blowback systems you could get if you're looking into a gas blowback.
Agreed. We were just talking about it earlier. Got to get back to work. I'll see you guys around. Much love. Can't wait for the engine to come in. Thanks for coming in, bro. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for hanging out.
Will you guys be in the store on the weekend of the 27th this month? I'd love to meet you guys in person.
Him and I don't work weekends. If you want to see one of us,
Monday through Friday till 4 p.m.
Yep. And
So
then
it'd
the
be-
27th, I mean, there's nothing going on. The 27th.
Is a Saturday.
It's a Saturday, the 27th.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, come in during the week. That's your best chance that we're open. So what, Thursday, Friday?
Thursday and Friday if you want to like meet one of us.
Yes. Do you guys have any in-person experience with the new boss system over with the Zulu boys?
Yes, I do.
Tom loves those guys, and so do I.
The boss system's really cool. I don't think a lot of people are really gonna want it until they've played a game with somebody running it near them and they get to fire it.
Yeah.
I think even playing with somebody near them using it, you're gonna want it because it's just such an amplifier of the realism around you. For the person shooting it, it actually has recoil to a lot of AGs. That's actually one of the coolest features that they're not really going too in detail about, but honestly, when I was firing it, that was one of the main things I noticed firing on a VFC. I thought I was firing a KWA recoil shock. That's
There
how
you
much
go.
recoil it has.
My PTW just became more realistic.
And Dave is running his on
I
a
know.
PTW.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So, I mean, they're really cool. I think it's a really, really well thought out system, which is something cool to see out of a newer product to the market. Obviously, it was out in about 8 years ago, but now it's actually going to get there. Anything else to say about it would be that it does add weight to your gun. It's a big 203 that's basically a propane can on the front of your gun, so it is going to be heavier. And the installation, originally when they had first got them in, you were going to have to wire everything in. Now they're coming up with new solutions where before the even next wave gets here, you're basically just be able to run it right out of the box without having to wire everything in, which I was talking with them. I was like, that's the biggest thing I think that's a barrier
Right.
is if you want this thing, you need to go take it to a tech, and now your gun is dedicated to it. That's not going to be a problem anymore. So you can literally take this thing, put it on, take it off, and especially with the new wiring adapters they're coming out with. So I think it's going to be really cool now they're doing that.
Very, very cool. Eric, this one's for you. For Bolt Bash, you guys totally need a brewery food truck.
It doesn't exist, apparently.
Sorry, Vic.
Sorry, Vic. At least in PA, probably. That's probably very much a PA thing.
What would you rather play with? A super badass gun, but in shorts and a hoodie, or the most Gucci gear and a low-tier AEG? I like shitty guns.
I was gonna say, I'll be honest. Some of the most fun I've had is with absolute just rental
The
guns,
worst guns
the
ever.
worst guns ever, because you're like focusing more on how you're playing than if your gun is firing the way that you tuned it, or it's working with your gear the right way, or
Yep.
some little thing. You grab a rental gun, it's just kind of like, cool, I'm playing Airsoft. That's all I'm thinking
You're
about.
focusing more on playing than how far your gun shoots.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably do the terrible Airsoft gun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. It's like pointing away from me.
Oh, is it being weird?
No, we're good.
Okay.
What's the best EBB gun or build again to budget?
I actually think his LCT is probably going to be one of the best ones, but you do need to get the weird stock that he has because the battery is under the in the handguard when it comes stock.
You have to put a full stock on it, do a little bit of dremel work if you really want it to be usable. Maybe we'll do a review on that gun at some point.
I think that's one of the cooler ones that are just it's very simple what you did to it, and it makes it very fun. The slight change you made to it.
Yeah. Any news on new fields?
Not at the moment.
Tom is bringing 1980s Miami Vice vibes back. I love recoil shock.
I love recoil shock.
Do the GBLS actually shoot well now? They performed worse than a good AEG in the past.
Yes, they shoot very good now, especially some of the newer ones. Like the newer generation, I want to say out of the box is performing fine. Vic, the only thing I have done to mine is I changed the bucking to a Maple Leaf Super Macron 75 degree and an Omega nub. That's it. I'm using the stock barrel. I'm using the stock hop-up setup. I'm using everything else stock. Hey, Nate. See you Sunday.
Is that this Sunday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to go or not.
I may.
Okay.
I may.
It's open.
What? That's that's the wrong thing, Eric. It's a different thing. Do you want to go that bad? You can talk.
Jesus, just talk, man.
I want to airsoft with my friends.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going next weekend too.
Gun
When I get back from the Tech Summit, I'm gonna be just driving straight up to BFR.
Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go. Okay, I will play Airsoft. Jeez. You twisted my arm.
Good.
Good.
God, it's hot in here.
It is hot. Won't an empty? Yeah, we answered that one, and it's Vic. So if I skip his questions,
I don't care about
really
Vic.
care. Does tagging even make flashbangs anymore?
Yes, they're coming in 2 months.
I've always stored mags empty. Had people say springs won't lose elasticity due to load. Thoughts?
Yeah, no, they do. They 100% do.
Actually, I'm going to be a little scientific on this. Springs, if there is a scientific aspect to springs and how they wear out. They wear out from the movement of one or the other.
Yes, they do.
Once they are fully compressed, they are technically not losing versus fully expanded. Just look it up. I'm just saying I saw it
Depending
online.
on the metal, you are correct.
Yeah, I don't know what the springs on airsoft guns are made out of, but some springs.
The springs in airsoft gun magazines are not that kind of metal unless they're a higher end upgraded magazine. PTS uses them. And the Maple Airsoft Supply springs are those kinds of metal where they do have a memory of their spring rate. But a lot of the other ones are made out of flimsier metal that are more malleable, and where you are right, they will wear out over time, bending back and forth like a very flimsy piece of metal. But the other problem is if you have one that's made out of a very malleable, softer metal, they won't have as high of a spring memory.
Right. No, I get what you're saying, and like I understand. I'm just saying there is an aspect to the movement is what wears them out.
The movement is definitely
not
wears them out.
Stagnant, regardless of. But yeah, unload your mags. I mean, just to be safe.
Unload your mags. Just unload your mags.
Don't do what I say. N7 Milsim air makes nozzle pop out because of closed belt system. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Vic.
Moss
I choose shitty gear and shitty gun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Westlake shitty gun buys PTW. Rebuys PTW.
I've gone through my motions a few times. Will you guys be in the store? Answered that one. Hear me out. A piston on a HPA bolt so it reloads the BBs, turning it into essentially a DMR. Isn't that technically like the bolt
Yeah.
to a degree, like the bolt action?
Well, I mean,
But
you could just put in a DMR platform a regular HPA engine, and then it will do that.
My EPM1 mags would disagree. You're probably right.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me. I'm telling you. SEMA Platinum M4 upgrades. I will want to run 3.2s.
SEMA Platinum M4 out of the box will run 3.2s just fine. You don't need to do anything to that gun.
But,
if you wanna, bucking and nub. That's it.
yeah, Maple Leaf Super Macron bucking and Maple Leaf Omega nub, and you will be a very happy camper. Thoughts on the Phoenix engine?
I hate Aiden. His designs are all absolutely horrible. You should never ever buy one. No, they're great.
Don't listen to Tom. He's trying to be funny, and that could get misconstrued on the internet, Tom. You know how the internet
hate
works.
the Phoenix HPA unit. No, if you guys actually look at his stuff at Aiden at Blowback Innovations YouTube page, they are fantastic engines. They're probably one of the best for the budget, honestly. And then if you go on his page, he actually has our review that we did on it. And if you guys want to see our review, I want to go on our page, but he has a section of our review in his video. So you can actually see what I think about it. It's basically a jack, guys. It's a jack. The way it functions, it's a little different with different solenoid. Seems like it's going to be really reliable. It's a brand new engine though, so there is definitely going to be some kinks and some bugs to work out, but I think Aiden, out of anybody, is going to do a very good job with customer service and running that company. I think all my talks with him have been very, very good, and I think it's a great engine. Now, somebody grab the soundbite and completely say that I'm wrong.
Just installed my new parts. Hell yeah, dude. What'd you install? Vic, this is probably...
Oh, no,
This is my life.
I'm going to tailor this to Vic first, and then I'll actually answer it. Just, hit your shin really hard off of a jump.
Answer the question, Tom.
You didn't say what it is either.
You started answering it. So,
how do I get motivated to airsoft again? Hit your knee off of a jump on your skateboard and then come back to airsoft and you'll be fine.
Change your Instagram back.
Yeah, just change it back. How do you motivate to do airsoft? Him and I talk about, we've said this on multiple lives. Working in the industry or being in airsoft for many years, there's burnout. You like my joke.
It's tough, man.
I would say explore a new aspect of it is the main one for me. Or, Vic, you're already doing a lot of the stuff that I would generally recommend to people. And for people who are not Vic, what I recommend is find a different aspect you haven't explored yet. If you're a Milsurmer, go looking at Speedsoft. Seriously, go try a different style of play. Maybe you might be reinvigorated to figure it out and have fun with it. Have you looked into really playing around with some different versions of kit? And you're willing to sell some of your old kit to afford that as well. Have you traveled to go to an event? Maybe you're tired of going to a local play and that's what's boring you. And instead of, just completely giving it up, say, one time this year, I'm going to pick an event, I'm going to pick a producer, I'm going to go to that event and I'm going to make a trip out of it.
Yeah.
Try and do something new. Try and do something you haven't explored within the hobby yet.
Sell every single thing you own. Don't do it for a year and then get right back into it.
Use all that money to buy a car and then
sell that car and
crazy. Get back into it. It's a pendulum,
Dude, it is a pendulum.
You're going to buy so many skateboards and then you're going to sell them all and come back.
Yep, Vic sold all his airsoft stuff. He only skateboards now, and then in 6 months he's going to be like, hey, Wes, do you have anything for sale? Or do you want to trade for a skateboard? And I'll be like, no. And then he'll get back into it. But seriously, take a break from it. It's like anything in life. If you're constantly just if it's constantly hanging over your head, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, it kind of pulls you away from it. It's weird when you feel you can't participate.
Let's talk about Iron Horse for me.
Take some time off.
I've been going nonstop to the events for the last 2 years, and just being real, he's kind of taken a hiatus on some of them a little bit because he's getting back into playing more. When I'm at an event, I really don't play. I'm there working. So it is kind of a struggle. For me, what I do as somebody who's in the industry, I pick a few games and say, I'm going to these to play. I'm not doing anything work related. If somebody comes up to me and asks me about, something work related that's not an employee or a worker here, I go, hey man, love to talk with you about it, but I'm going to do it when I get back into the office. And we'll set up a phone call, we'll do all that because I'm here to play. I just want to focus on playing. Now, you kind of have to have that separation.
Yeah, now it's different from our aspect just simply based on the fact that we work in the industry and we're around it literally 40 plus hours a week. And then on events,
it's nonstop.
It's even more. So I really like Tom's idea. You know, different aspects. When you've done something time and time again, it is sometimes hard to motivate yourself. But yeah, sell something you've used a million times. Buy something different. That's why we like to use crappy airsoft guns sometimes because we have to focus on a different aspect of the game.
Yeah.
So, but give yourself a break. Really, like don't touch it. Don't mess with it.
Yeah.
And come back.
You not going one weekend because you would normally go is not a break. Like
Yeah.
taking a full-on break, evaluating where you're at, what you've been doing, and taking a hard, right or left turn to try and do something different in it, and really sticking to that, I think is going to reinvigorate you more.
Yeah.
Because it's a challenge. It's not what you're used to. It's not boring anymore,
Yeah. Stop burnout equals night games. Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Night
mean-
games are fun as hell.
Night games, or another aspect too, is if you like to shoot real steel.
Yeah.
Take a break from airsoft, and then do something different that's still relatable.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a part two. There's a million things to do. Like Vic, you're picking up skateboarding, doing something different. Occupy your mind and your time to do that in the absence of toy guns.
Get some Heelys, come back, you can do the same thing.
Heelys are dope, dude. There's not one valid reason to not own Heelys.
I agree with you, actually. I
Like-
love Heelys.
They're sick. I never was allowed to own a pair as a child.
I remember getting yelled at a Target for skating around on Heelys.
You would be that kid. And you were that kid, I'd be like, Mom, see, he has them. You'd be like, well, he's an idiot.
And he's like, and I'm like, yeah.
And then to this day, it still applies.
It still applies.
I don't own any, and he's still an idiot.
Yes.
It's just crazy how the world works. Maybe I'll buy a Toyota 4Runner or a Miata.
Yes, please.
Hit me up, dude. We'll both just.
Yeah, we'll just
go
go drive.
yours.
Yep.
No, you can just have them.
No, I love my Miata.
You can have my 4Runner.
I love my Miata.
No, I love the 4Runner. It's a great vehicle. I cannot dislike that vehicle. I can dislike aspects about it, but overall, it's great. It really is great.
Here, I don't think we've hit that one.
Where? Oh. Hey, you guys have a squad of 10 guys. What platform would you want the whole squad to use? KWAT-10, Mark 18, VFC, HK416, or Zev Core M4?
So with the Mark 18 VFC, the 416, the Zev Core, they're all going to take the exact same magazine. Same with the KWAT-10. I'm going to go with the reliability and upgradability and just say Mark 18.
Yeah, Mark 18 or 416. I think anything that has mag compatibility is the best thing in
a squad
In a
usage.
squad,
yeah, I think that's
yeah.
the main thing to consider.
Yeah, I agree. Have fun, boys. What are you saying, Vic? What do you mean? What? I don't even know what that means, dude. I don't even know what that means. Oh, man. Any news on the new Wolverine MTW AR-10 platform?
I will have a ton next week. So I'm
you
going to be
go.
leaving Wednesday with the guys to go down to,
It's Wednesday right now.
next Wednesday.
I know.
I'm leaving next Wednesday.
What time?
Probably at 10, so I'm not going to be on the live.
You just get me next week. It's going to be the best live you'll ever experience.
By himself. I'll phone in.
No, Eric's here. I'll let Eric.
No, I just
indulge.
wanted. He just looked over. He was like,
Eric, he plays it off like, nah, I'm good.
"Alright, fine. I really want to."
Who's gonna? Tom will have to. Tom will have to do the silly questions.
Yeah, I'd just be in the passenger seat.
Eric's
just be like,
my.
hooba hooba.
Eric is my favorite commenter. Are you guys making a grip line for the Phoenix engine?
Yes, as soon as we get the engines in, we're going to be releasing the line.
Yeah, we ahead of the game on that one. We already ready. That thing ready to go. Give me the engines. Give me
Aiden, give us the engine.
Give me the engines. What are you laughing at over there? I know, it's ridiculous.
Wait, let me see.
No, he's just laughing at you because you're just yelling about everything. Do you guys sell grenades and smokes out of your trailer?
Yes, we do. At any event we go to, we will have pyrotechnics that are available out of the trailer.
It's wild.
Wild.
Where are we at here? What's up? What's up, dude? Welcome to the live stream. Have y'all tried Have you all tried swapping out the IGL on a tap adapter with one of yours? I just got my first one, but I hate these plastic tubes. Tap adapter.
No, I think he's talking about the. He's talking about like the one that goes in the magazine. I haven't tried switching it out, but I do know that it's a threaded and fitting, and we can find one that fits for it. So, if it's really something you guys want, we can make a product for it.
Yeah,
You just gotta find the right thread pitch. That's about it.
for sure. Would GBBR be valid for a large event like Milsim West, or would an electric be better? Electric would be better.
Electric would be better, yeah. There was a comment earlier, actually, that I don't think we answered. We've answered on a few other lives, but it'll go into this. A GBB, I feel like, at that point, if you're old enough to buy a gas blowback, I would tell you to just run blank fire at that point if you're going to run a gas blowback, because the reliability of it at a game and the maintenance you might need to do in the middle of a 40-hour, at that point I would just probably go grab a blank adapter and blank rounds and run blanks out of my real AR or my real AK if you have access to that. And honestly, it's probably gonna end up being cheaper in the long run. Dependent.
Could be. I'm not sure. I would just run an AAG, to be honest with you.
I always recommend, honestly, for an MSW 40-hour, I would run an AG over HPA where you need a tank. Unless you're running an LMG or an MMG, then HPA all day, every day.
17. So yeah, just run an AAG.
Yeah, just run an AG.
Yeah. AAG would be the best. It's more reliable, it shoots a little bit more consistently, and it's going to be more economic and not as expensive for you. And you're just going to have a better time focusing on the game rather than repairing your airsoft gun.
Yeah,
so.
there's a certain level of... Yeah. Once you start getting too complex with what's going on with your rifle, you start not having a good time, you know?
Still trying to get you guys to carry Sharub Milsim nades and products. What are your thoughts? I don't know anything about it.
They're like the resin 3D printed nades that use like the firecracker stuff. Right now, I don't think we're trying to bring anything else on, but bring back the older stuff. So, EGs should be coming back next week, and keep an eye on the website. If you are not prepared, you're in the live, you get to know this information, nobody else. 67s are basically going to be back next week, so get alerts ready because they're going to go in 2 seconds. But we're trying to mainly focus on bringing back like tag-ins and EGs because we've been out for a while. And they are accessible and they are coming back. And we're trying to focus on that more.
Yeah, Milsim West, you have to bring your tanks for the events, correct? No fill stations.
Correct.
Unless we're there.
Well, we're there, but we are only open for the first day.
Right.
We're only open for the first day. We will fill your tanks. If you bring tanks, we'll have air fills on site at any East Coast MSW event. We're going to be at every single one of them. But once game on happens, we close up. You get no support from us. You get no support on anything. That's the idea of the 40-hour, is that if you leave the field, you don't go back on the field. That's even if you need an air fill, you don't go back. Now, the only way that you can get an air fill in the middle of a game is if you buy the tire pump. So if you really want to go at it and you really want to refill, you can bring the manual pump. And everybody will either make fun of you or think you are hilariously an awesome dude because you are able to refill yours and everybody else's tanks around you.
All right. But yeah, just make sure we're going. You can check the website, our website, and we'll have all our events that we're attending, for the most part, going up on the website soon. And then you can prepare.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that is good stuff. Good stuff. Appreciate your time.
Yeah,
of course, man. No problem. That's what we're here to do. Damn, imagine having like 5 huge tanks in your ruck. Guys do it.
There's guys who do it. There's times where I see people who are like a squad and they have so many LMGs or MMG guys that are HPA guys. They'll have, if it's a 5-man squad, they'll have a 6th backpack of the tanks and rotate who carries it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how it works.
It's the dedication to run LMG, HPA, and just have HPA in general. Especially as like a squad rifleman. Or LMG. As a rifleman, it's not as bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it can still be a hassle.
I think honestly, for how little you're firing at an MSW, because you do, it's kind of crazy how little you actually fire at MSWs. Sometimes, until the last day. The last day you're firing like crazy. But I know there's a few guys who take like 3 13 cubics and have an air stock, and they're good for the whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it depends on how you're playing the game. If you're picking your shots better, it'll be good.
Or if you do like 2 13s and bring a 90-45 with a little fill adapter.
Yeah, no, those are great. Those are actually
that's
really
easy
cool
too. But yeah, do you guys know when you're going to be back in Texas?
I just was looking at the schedule. I think the next time we're in Texas is actually going to be for reindeer games for AMS. It hasn't been announced the dates yet, but generally it happens sometime in December historically. So I'd say probably not until then. We don't have a lot of events. Actually, I don't think we have any events coming up in Texas until reindeer games. They either happen at the beginning of the year or they happen at the end of the year.
When's D14?
Beginning of the year. So Southern Front's generally the beginning of the year.
Right. There you go. That is the answer to that one. I love my Polar Star. I love the Polar Star kits you guys have. It makes building my Polar Star builds way easier.
Awesome, dude. I'm glad you're liking them.
Thanks, man. We appreciate that a lot. We try to make it as simple as possible. We really do. But yeah, guys, we're down to 2 minutes, so get your last-minute questions in, and we can hopefully answer them. But yeah, make sure you enter our giveaway on the Instagram, and just comment and tag one friend and like the post. It's the most recent post. And in 2 lives, we will announce the winner. It's literally 30 seconds of your time. And then October 12th.
I didn't know what you were talking. Like, I was like, what are you?
October 12th is going to be the Bolt Bash, our annual swap meet, and Community Day here at the field and shop. So mark that down in your calendar. There will be a post going out about it soon enough, but you guys get the information here first on the live every time.
Yep.
So thanks so much for your time. Hope maybe I can get to talk to you guys, to y'all in Texas. Absolutely, bro.
Definitely.
If we're there, come bug us. And if we're not, come bug the guys who are there.
Yeah.
Come hang out. So if there aren't any other questions, we are going to be good.
I think there's one more.
Where?
No, go back to. No. Nope. Okay.
So yeah. But all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining our lunchtime live. Join us next week, 1 o'clock, here on all social media platforms for the lunchtime live. We'll catch you next week.
See you guys. Thanks.